Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great night here on this Thursday. We're about almost done with the month of July, and this summer has been pretty incredible. It's been pretty great. Been doing a lot of good things, just working with people and helping people and just ministering to people. I've met a lot of cool homeless people here in town and here in Columbia, and just started to just make connections around and just be an encouragement to people and bring hope to people, and just share the love that I have and share the knowledge that I have and the understanding that I have, and the purpose I have in life is just to tell people about my story and tell people how although I have gone through things in life and gone through trials, gone through temptations in life, that God still loves me and God still has great plans for me. And that's what it's really about. It's about understanding who we are and understanding that we're God's creation, we're God's children, and that no matter what life brings at us, that God is going to be there to lift us up. God is going to be there to encourage us, and God is going to be there to help us along the way. And I just want to share with you guys just kind of my testimony a little bit, because a lot of people don't know my testimony. And yeah, I did a video back a few years ago, but I didn't really take a lot of effort in that video and to share my testimony. So I just want to share with you guys a little bit about what I go through on a daily basis and where I've been in life, and how my faith has helped me to get where I am today. And I just hope that you are be encouraged by that and understand that God has a purpose and God has a plan for your life as well, no matter the trials you may be going through. As many of you know, I have a wheelchair that I get around in now. I have what's known as Becker's muscular dystrophy, which is a physical disability, a neurological disability that affects the muscles in my body. And basically, to put it short, is that as time goes on, your muscles get weaker and weaker with the muscular dystrophy, and it makes it become hard to do daily things, makes it hard to do physical activities for those that have muscular dystrophy. And there is over 40 different types of muscular dystrophy out there. What I have is more of a common one. The most common are ALS and Duchenne's muscular dystrophy. Becker's is the second most, as one of the top three, I would say, most popular forms of muscular dystrophy. And basically with my condition is that it's not as progressive as ALS and as Duchenne's, but it does progress as time goes on. And even up to about about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was able to walk pretty good. I was able to get around pretty good. I could walk 3 to 4 miles a day around Columbia, around town, and it was just getting harder and harder to walk. And it was preventing me from getting out and doing things in the community and being involved and being able to meet new people. And I stayed home a lot of times. I was depressed. I was having a hard time because I wasn't able to connect people like I thought I would be able to when I came here to Columbia. And early on in my life, with the muscular dystrophy, at first I didn't really notice that I was different than other kids in school growing up, first grade through, I'd say, maybe fourth grade. I really didn't see that I was different than any other kids. Yeah, I was a little slower, but at the time I could play football really well out at recess and stuff like that. I was pretty quick, not the fastest kid, but not the slowest kid as well. But as time got on, when I hit middle school, I started getting a little slower and started having more pain and more problems. And then as time went on, I just, I wasn't able to run like I could. And, but I didn't let that stop me from going home every day after school and playing football with my brother, and just staying as active as I could, doing chores around the house or whatever. And but basically throughout my life, from middle school up to about high school, I just kind of dealt with it. And along with that, it just kind of yeah, I had a physical disability, but it also was bringing a lot of mental a lot of emotional and depression and stuff like that I was having, and it really put me through a rough time, 7th and 8th grade, where it got to the point where I was hospitalized in a mental institution to try to overcome some of those demons that I was fighting, some of those things that I was going through at the time, because I was so tired of the pain, the physical pain, that I said, it was like I was trying to bring the emotional pain and the other stuff in to try to substitute with what I was going through, the pain and the suicidal thoughts and the things that I would do to other people, say to other people, was just not me. And but by the grace of God, I got through 8th grade and got to high school, 9th grade, just kept doing my thing, and I knew I was different, but I was still trying to stay positive. I had a good supportive friends around me from 9th grade all the way through 12th grade. I just had a good group of friends, and everybody accepted me for who I was. And you know what? I never really got bullied much growing up. Yeah, I had kids that would pick on me and stuff like that, but a lot of it was because I started stuff. I was a very, troubled person, and I was always wanting to cause trouble, always wanting to start fights, and I'd run my mouth all the time, and then I would regret it later, So that's how it is with, us as kids. We try to fit in the best we can, and that's what I was doing. I was trying to fit in and be cool. But it came to the point where it's like, I don't need to do that. I just need to be who God created me to be and show Him my personality, and that, yes, I have a disability, but that's not me, and that does not define me. But what defines me is what God says about me. And I really started to change my focus there, and just going through that stuff. And about 11th grade, I kind of tried to start turning things around in the good direction, started to get good grades, and then I was able to, my 11th and 12th grade year of high school, I was able to get involved with the athletic programs at our school. I was helping with the varsity basketball, JV basketball, varsity football, varsity baseball, and junior JV baseball. I was just helping, just helping with that, and just not letting my disability stop me from what I could do, and just being able to take every moment just to get up and just keep going. And at the time, I had my physical problems and all that, but it didn't really affect my activities during the day or whatever. And I remember a lot of times I'd walk to school for my uncle's work, and just, able to get around pretty good. And even after high school, the first year or so, I did pretty good. The year after high school, I got to go on a mission trip to the country of Haiti, and that was great. I was able to walk okay there and get around okay. And I remember that there was one, I couldn't get up the mountain. We were there one day. We were just had some downtime during our mission time, and we went and climbed a mountain, and it was a little steep, but a pastor friend of mine, and also one of the Haitian guys that was with us, got to get on their back and get up the hill a little bit easier than trying to get up there on my own. And it was just a great trip. And just even through that disability that I had, and those limits that I had, I was still able to do great things and go on this mission trip, and it was life changing. And when I came back, I moved here to Missouri in that fall of 2011. And I just got involved with a local church there in Hannibal, Missouri, and I watched the church go from about 60 people to about 1,300 people a week over a span of 3.5 years, 3 to 5 years, somewhere in there. And I just watched God do great things. And I would walk around Hannibal quite a bit. I was able to get around pretty well, and I was able to get a place to live there right downtown in Hannibal, and it was only a few blocks to the church. And I remember just spending a lot of time walking to church on Sunday mornings. And before the church opened, I spent a lot of time helping with building, cleaning, reconstructing, and just doing things around the church to help get the church building ready when we opened in 2012. And just from 2012 until about 2014, 2015, the well, August 2015 is when I finally said I had enough with what was going on in that church, and just it was becoming frustrating. And but that's all behind us, and things are good now, and God's doing great things there, and doing great things in my life. And when I left the church there, I went out to Oceanside, California, with a couple buddies of mine. I was just feeling like God was calling me out there and gonna help them with ministry out there, and things were going good. Found a good church out there, got connected with them, and everything was good. It was hard to find a place to live, and we were just having a few conflicts going on, and it just wasn't working out. So I came back home, and my grandma and I, we moved down here to Columbia, Missouri in December of 2015. We basically left everything in Hannibal, and some people didn't like that, some people disagree with that, but Grandma needed to be close to the VA, because she's a veteran and served as a mail clerk, and so she was getting those VA benefit and help from the VA hospital. And I saw an opportunity here that bigger city, bigger opportunities for me, and there was a hospital here that the hospital had the needs that I needed, and just try, and got connected with a doctor here, and just started finding. We had a few trouble with some churches here in town. We visited about, I'd say maybe 10 or 12 churches throughout the last about 3 years we've been here, and just nothing was clicking. I wasn't feeling wanted in a lot of the churches, and like I said, up till about a year and a half ago, I was able to walk pretty good and get around pretty good, and but I was feeling like there was something missing. And then for about a year, I didn't go to church. Didn't go to church anywhere. Just kept finding where God wanted me to go, and then I found this awesome church that just came up around the corner here, Anthem Church, and just I've been there almost 8 months now, believe it or not. Doesn't seem like it, but geez, 8 months I've been there, and I just love it. I love everything about Anthem. Bunch of good folks. I'd say 8 months because I visited once or twice before I fully committed myself into Anthem. So I just went by that, so it's probably 6 months maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not keeping track. I just see God moving in this church, moving in the college ministry, moving in the direction that I see myself and view things in my way, is that, hey, we're lined up right where we need to be, and this is the church where God has called me to be and called me to minister and volunteer, get involved. And I'm just excited to see where God takes me through there. And although I'm able not to get around as much and do the things I want to do, I'm able to feel wanted. I'm able to feel like I can do a part of stuff at the church, and just feeling loved and being loving on other people, and just trying to work through things I'm working on. And I've been able to also get a little involved with the community. I have done a few things every now and here the last year or so that I would have never been able to do without the chair. And I'm at the point in my life where I got to experience a lot of things here in Columbia, and but in ministry wise, I saw myself kind of going down the wrong road in a way. And so within the last couple weeks, I've just kind of trying to refocus myself, redirect myself, avoid the things that I shouldn't be doing, going to or whatever. And it's just stuff that I never got to experience it growing up or whatever, drinking and stuff like that. And it's like, I'm at that point now, it's like, it's no fun, it's just whatever, I can have more fun doing things at church and just volunteering and stuff. So I'm really at that point, it's like, I did it, I experienced it, big deal, time to move forward to great things, awesome things that God has planned for me. And, so that's just a quick summary of my life, where I've been through school and everything. And, but the thing I want to tell you is that, yes, I had a disability, and yes, I have these limits all my life, but I didn't see it as a disability. I saw it as another way of an ability that God has given me to reach people and to encourage me and encourage other people to keep going, don't give up. Yes, we go through hard times. Yes, we get stuck with things that we don't want to be stuck with, but God can use us in those situations to bring out His purpose, to bring out His love, to bring out His hope, to the world. And that's where I'm at right now, is just trying to bring hope and encouragement in this crazy world. And understand this, that I'm not perfect. Yes, I have disability. Yes, I have this. Yes, I have that. But I'm not perfect. I may screw up down the road. You may screw up down the road. But the cool thing about it is that when we are in Christ, when we are in His family, He forgives us. He renews us. He gives us forgiveness. He forgives us for those times where we screw up. We understand that we don't have to live in those times that we screw up, but do better the next time, and understand that we may fail, but God is going to forgive us, and God is going to give us strength and encouragement to keep going and to keep being a light in the world. So that's where I'm at, folks. It's just, I'm here. I'm doing what God's called me to do, and I'm not perfect, but I know who is perfect, and I'm not trying to be perfect because I know who is perfect. And together, we could work together in a life of commitment and a life of just living our lives out to God and to the great things that God has given us. So that, I hope this just little kind of introduced you to myself and just where I've been at, and just kind of introduce myself a little bit. And here with Ed's Insight, we're going to try to get things going more, and just kind of bring more videos, more encouragement. But I'm going to spend most of my time focused on helping my church, Anthem Church, and just doing things around there, and try to partner ministry-wise and just do ministry with them. And like I said, I'm working on my next book right now. When God Comes In, We Have Purpose Too. My other book is out online on Amazon.com and a few other online places, but that's about it. When God Comes In, We Have Purpose is the first book. It's under Edward A. Vogel. So go check that out. Just be encouraged by that. Just keep your ears out for my next book. And just, let's go through this life together, folks, and try to focus on the things we agree on, and just work towards bringing hope and encouragement in a crazy world. Because when we do that, we're going to see our world in a bigger, better way. So, God bless you. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great night.